Hello and welcome. Today is all about this Lego City magazine. Now what we are going to do, we're going to take a good look at it as normal, but Lego must listen to everybody in the comments because this one is a double build, which I think is the first time for me, and it has two minifigures as well. So obviously at the end of this video, what we're going to do, we're going to get both of these built and compare the two. Now you can see they are slightly different because that is the old style bag and that one's actually in the new paper bag. So I don't know if they're just sort of getting rid of old stock or whatever, and this one looks like it's actually a stunt. But when I first picked it up, I thought it was a fire and rescue, but I don't think it is. So what we're going to do as normal is we're going to open it up and take a good look at all the inside of this magazine. Now as normal, there's all different comics, then you've got all the big posters like we've seen in all of the other magazines as well, and then we'll just see exactly what's what with regards to the games and everything inside it, and then like I said, we'll get the things built and then we'll do a comparison right at the very end. Right, it's time to get tucked in. I've not looked at this magazine yet, so we're going to go through this together, but like I said, what we'll do as normal, we'll take both these off. Now I have got you in a slightly different setup, so hopefully it's not too shaky and it's coming through okay. Now, Dreams on the left hand side, that is now all officially out as of today. So the day is the start of the month. This is a brand new theme that has just come out, and at the bottom of the magazine down here, you have all of the new Dreams sets. So get yourself over to the Lego website to take a look at all of them. They do look absolutely fantastic. On the right hand side, which is page 3, it's got the content, and it's got the who is the fastest in every one of these boxes just here. That's all the different bits and pieces that we've got. Now it also says on page 17 down here, it looks like there's some big posters in this one, so we can see exactly what is what as we go. Now comic to start with, it says who the wildest ride, and you can see it starts at the top and it comes all the way through down into the bottom, and then it does look like it carries on all the way onto this side. So it says until today, and then it keeps going and going and going. So obviously these are a cool thing. Now something slightly different, they've actually now added all of these in straight away. So what we have got is what's up and not hot happening in the city. So I'm trying to read it from through the camera lens, which isn't actually working too well. So you've got all these different bits and pieces. You've got the Shricky Roadster, and then you've got all of these up there. Now these are obviously from the sets that are out currently, so that is one of the minifigures that you can get from the Street Garage, I do believe, and this looks like it's the minifigure that you get within this set. So I don't know what sets these relate to. The clown one looks very, very familiar, but all of the others I can't quite tell what they are. So if you know what they are, you enjoy playing that game, then obviously please let us know. But it looks like it's a mega squad, and you know, like you can build your own characters. Now on this side, it is obviously Ricky's garage, and you are building the 9 steps of how you put that polybag together, and that's on page number 7. And it also, all the instructions are available online as well. So there's plenty going on this, and then it looks like the comic does carry on page number 8, because you can see at the top left hand corner there it says comic. Moving on, it says it's got the colouring section, so every single magazine does have different bits and pieces to colour in. They always look nice and effective, so you can make whatever it is you want to do. Then obviously you can probably cut it out after you've read the magazine, put it up onto your wall, and then these all carry on. Now these do look like that is the new skateboarding ramp just here, which is actually out and available for the Lego City set. So they aren't stupid, are they? They are very, very clever with regards to adding stuff in, and then you look down for this set, and that is available right now. That has obviously just recently come out as well, so potentially all of these minifigures are available. Moving on to the next side, this is another thing that has just come out. This is the big new sort of Lego City set. You can see you've got the nice brick up in this side, and there's a lot of Easter eggs, I do believe, to the Ninjago shop. And down at the very, very bottom down here, you can see it's got all the pizza bits. So if this is a set of yours that's on your radar, this looks like it's a cool little thing. It's got a puzzle, and then you've got a mission on the right-hand side. Moving through and on, we're at the halfway mark, or just over page 14. It does look like the comic just carries on, and again, you've got the same bits and pieces through here. So this looks like it's just one big story. You can't get any of the skyscrapers at the moment, but it does look like some of these minifigures are available, and obviously you can see down here, you have got all of this, which looks like it's actually the set that we are going to be making. So it looks like we have actually got a stunt thing rather than what I originally thought it was. Now again, you've got Downhill Dash, so you've got a game on the left hand side, and it looks like now you've got a big poster. So you've got one on this side, and then obviously you've got the celebrational one on the other side, which will carry on, I do believe, onto the back end, and this is obviously the vehicle that we've got. Good luck with this. That says rock the road, and you can pick and choose the number 1 all the way to 6, figure out how you get all the way down to the bottom. That is one tough looking thing, so I'm not even going to attempt that. Moving on, again, the comic carries on. Any sets that you recognise in the comments, let us know, and obviously if you recognise any of the buildings or anything that you can buy, again, let us know as we go through. That is obviously this new ski slope, so that's another set that's just come out. So again, very, very clever with regards to sort of product placement within their own magazines as well. I'm not too sure if this is out or if this will be coming out at some point, but that just like it's a cool looking thing. Now, what else have we got? So, moving on. Here we go. So, we've got, it looks like what a fairground bit. So, can you spot all of the different minifigures in here? So, I have got that one down there. She is a cool looking minifigure, that is for sure. And then you've got all of these with really, really nice torsos. You've got the skateboard, so obviously that is from the skateboarding set that we saw. And then everything on this side, that one I do believe is from the garage as well. That is a fairground and on the back, so maybe that's a bit of an Easter egg of the time of coming. But we have here, look, test time. So you've got to go answer all 8 questions down at the bottom. I am not going to do that right now, but there's lots of different bits and pieces that you can do within this magazine. And then it looks like it carries on to the very, very last bit of the comic, and with that, the last bit of the comic, and it finishes just on there and the very, very last sort of panel. Lovely colours on the sides. You've got the TV camera on that bit, which I don't think they have. You had one of them for a good while, so it'll be interesting to see if they're going to be coming out sooner rather than later. And you've got some more information about magazines, but this time it looks like it's all about Ninjago. So you've got all the different ones, or what has been out, and it says hitting stores every month, but they don't seem to be advertising any of the other magazines. Oh, it carries on. So I'm talking nonsense. So it keeps going now. So the comic keeps going. More story. Looks like it's just different races and different events. You've got the TV crew again on that side. You've got a train, dock. Nothing new or nothing to relating to any of the other sets, but you can see you've got all the minifigures and everything up at the top, so I think it does look rather effective. It carries on onto this one, so this is probably the biggest comic by far as one story. The other one that was quite close to it was obviously the Spider-Man, the Marvel comic, but this one looks like there's a lot to go on, and it does seem to have quite a lot of games on this as well. So you can see you've got to figure out how you're going to get around on that. You can see you've got the Octane sort of race fuel at the very, very top just there, and then you've got all the rules and everything on the left-hand side. In the mission it says, can you spot these 3 helmets on the game board and circle them? So you've got to circle all of them. There's lots going on, so for the price point, just the magazine alone, it seems to be almost worth it with regards to this. But the fact it comes with the 2 builds as well, and also you don't have to keep the builds, you can just use them for your part inventory if you want to. Now, next one, it looks like the Lego City does come with a boat by the looks of it, and we've got an Explorer with jet boat, and that is obviously potentially the Explorer theme that has been out for a good little while now, so that's always interesting to have a look at that minifigure. And then you've got the answers at the very, very bottom, won't spoil that for anybody. And then you've got a race track for your toy, so again you can see it's got the scissor marks all around the outside, so that's always nice to see, because it does look like you can make up one of these. So you can take them off and then you can have both of yours racing. It does look like, if you're clever, you've got to cut out that piece and then that piece individually, and then you've got the 2 straights, so then you can make one big sort of oval shape. Now, the challenge, how badly am I going to ruin the front of this magazine? So like I said, the big difference between the two, and we'll go over in a second, is that this looks like it's on the old style. So they're now not doing this style of bag anymore, but this hopefully, yeah, should come off okay. And that has 30, where are you? They are. Yeah, that has 31 bricks, and it does look like it comes with a really nice minifigure as well, so that looks nice and simple. Hopefully it won't be too difficult to put together. And then this is the new paper style, and this is completely different to open. So you can see on this one, you have to peel it open on the inside like so, and it's nice colours though, don't get me wrong. So that one opens up, and then you've got obviously all of the pieces just on the inside, so that is what that looks like. The paper's not too thin, you're not going to rip it that easy, so you can't just nick it off the magazine. But that, I don't know if it's going to be their new kind of logo, because I've not actually seen that on any of the other sets. Now I'm hoping that might be their new sporting range, because they did have something very, very similar on the football pitch that they've just recently released as well. There's a new element on that. Now this, again, like I said, 31 pieces on this one. There's 27 on this. This apparently is a 6+ build. This one is a 5+ build, so they look there or thereabouts the same to me. Hopefully this one just opens up the same way. A little bit stickier, but like I said, it's the older way of doing it, and you can see, oh, that is more likely to rip open, which I've just done on there, but it's not exactly like I'm going to keep things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get both these built, and then we're going to get them compared. Just like that, we are done. So I'm going to let you guys and girls pick a winner now. Now, they are very, very different. And we saw the instructions for this one, but there isn't actually any instructions for this one at all. And if you do look at the front cover very, very quick, as I roll these out the way, there is nothing on the front of this that has anything to do with the Lego City Fire whatsoever. It just happens to say Epic Double Lego Set Special. So I think they've just sort of winged that one and thrown that one together, because underneath it, it just has the one vehicle, and it's just got about the chunky tires and the Fearless Racer. So there's actually no instructions regarding that one, and this one actually did have a few more pieces. But what we'll do, we'll keep the minifigures stood up, and then I'll take them off after. With regards to the build at the bottom, you can see that they are completely different. You've actually got the chunky piece on that bit for the actual chassis, and on this side it's just the much thinner piece on here. So this is a lot more beefier, and you can see it just looks a lot taller. I actually prefer the front end of this one as well. But you've got multiple layers. You've got the grille, you've got the lights, you've got the tow bar bit at the front, and I'm just assuming that's how you put the back together, because like I said, there was no instructions, so I just sort of kind of made it up as I went along. So I think that's there or thereabouts correct. Hopefully it's coming through cleanly enough. Now the bright yellow on this is exactly the same brightness as that giveaway purchase for the ambulance, the off-roader, so hopefully these two might go side by side. So these will be going into some sort of display somewhere. Now this thing, the minifigure, I think looks great, but I think obviously this is been outdone for shape on that one. But on here you have got some in-grooves on the inside of the front, so you can see that, and that is the same on both sides. And the colours on this one, the teal is very nice as well, but I just think this one looks a little bit better, and it is, you can see how much wider this one is compared to this. Now we'll rip those off, we'll have a quick last look, so you can see that they are both big enough to sit people on. You can have them on the back. You've obviously got the lights and everything on the back of that one. I'm just interested to see what the theme is like on the new one, but you can see just the difference between the two, and obviously what Lego might be going for now with regards to the big molds rather than actually building it up yourself. And you can see that there's lots going on the front of that one. So the day and age of sort of these might be going, and they might be going back to this style, which I do believe they went back to at some point, and not a lot of people liked it. So be interesting to see what happens in the near future. Now minifigures, who wins the battle of the minifigures? We'll get both of those out the way. His hat's on backwards, but we'll just pretend that that wasn't the case. We'll get his open visor off, and then we'll keep them both side by side for the whole thing. So I'll get my arms out the way of the lights, so you can see that a little bit better. Now you got the really nice glasses on the front of this one, and you can see that hopefully it's coming up at the front, it says Vita Rush. So I think that might just be the name of the character rather than the actual obviously name of the set. So I am hoping we are going to get some sort of more action type set. What I do like on this one, it's got the white on the one side as he falls over, and he's got the yellow or sort of dark gold on the other, and he's got the grey gloves. And then you've got no print on the trousers whatsoever. On the back you have got a really nice printing, and it is just the single moulded or single print face on this one, so you can see nothing on there. And then you've got really nice glasses on the front on this one. Now with regards to this one, I think this is just a normal generic Lego City Firefighter, which will go perfect with any of the other Lego City sets that are out and about. If you have got this torso, then obviously let us know, because I don't know what sets they'll come from. The Lego City range isn't anything that I collect, because they don't work in a theme park as such, but these minifigures will, because he can go around, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with him. More than likely it'll be with the Razor Quest, I would imagine, after there's been an accident at the theme park, but we'll save that for a different conversation. But you can see on the back on this one you have got the hologram, so you can see that if I was to now move the figure ever so slightly, you can see how shiny that looks on the back. You've got the jet black sleeves, but you do have the really nice shine on the front, and he has got a lot of leg print as well. So he's got it all around the top of the thighs, and he's got it around the front of the shins just above the boots. So this minifigure has a lot of print on the torso but nothing on the face, and it is obviously just a single one, whereas this has the print on the face, the torso, dual arm, but nothing on the trousers. So I think that is basically a draw. You've got to say that they've given us almost equal print for both. And again, they both come with different headpieces. So I've actually put this one on, knock him out, if I put this one on correctly, like so, that is what that one looks like, and he does look smart, so he will stand up. The table's very shippy and shiny. And this has an open face BMX helmet, so I've got a funny feeling this is not the correct helmet for a ATV. It looks cool though, so maybe he's actually wearing his safety goggles as the sunglasses, and that's how they got away with it, because I do believe you should have a visor piece that clips in on there, and there is definitely nothing left in this, so there's nothing falling out, so that was not included. And in the magazine as well, it has just got the open face. So now what we're going to do, we're going to compare all of this, because there is a lot going on with this magazine just here, to some of the other bits and pieces that we got given in the last two magazines. Now obviously I'm not going to bore you with the actual magazine, because they are available all in a Lego magazine playlist, but if I get them in the middle, first magazine that we had two minifigures from was these two minifigures. So you had this from the Lego Avengers, and this was obviously the Spider-Man edition, where you had these two minifigures. This came with the Iron Spider-Man, so all of these claws and everything move. The Venom version of this is out currently, and it has the 6 prongs rather than the 4, so I'm not too sure if I've got that variation. I think I have, but I've got the same print, but I don't know if I've got all 6 bits. I'm sure I have done. If not, that might be the next one to follow this. And the Spidey came with loads and loads of web effects. Now, I know a lot of people like the minifigures over the mini builds. Now, the mini build was actually this Star Wars thing, so this sort of micro build looked very, very impressive, but going by the comments, a lot of people much prefer the minifigures, or potentially the actual city sets that we've just had a look at just there. Now you can see each one of these was there or thereabouts the same price. There might have been all of £1 difference in it. So as it stands right now, if I was to do a poll, let us know in the comments below, do you like the micro build, which is this kind of thing? Do you like getting vehicles and minifigures, which is obviously what we've just seen here? Or do you prefer almost sort of more detailed minifigures? Because let's be honest, these two minifigures are probably more detailed with regards to the print and everything that's on them. And they've obviously got all of the netting and everything and the webbing on the front. But these come with so many different effects. This one alone, if I'm just looking over in the far left, I think it comes with like 10 maybe different bits and pieces you can have for that Spider-Man, and this obviously comes with all of the bits that move on the back and here. So do you prefer a full mix of everything, which would be the city sets, this, or the micro build, which I've just thrown in front of the camera? Let us know in the comments below. But I think that is it. I am done. So in the comments below again, let us know what you prefer, and obviously if you enjoy these kind of things, I will keep them coming, because it's obviously just nice to see, but I don't think they're that easy to get hold of. So obviously, depending on what Lego City magazine is in your local area, you might have something different to this little scenario here. If you have picked it up but you've got something different, again, let us know in the comments below. And like I said for last time, there is a Lego magazine playlist available as well. But guys, as always, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and catch you in the next one. Ta-da.